What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to High School Never Ends, a pop punk dad podcast. I am Wingman Steve.
And I am Chris 183.
It's December, it's cold, and we're taking a look back. So if you're just joining us this December, we are looking back 20 years ago to 2004, a little look back. And before we get started, quick shout out to all of our patrons who are subscribing on our Patreon channel. We got Nick, Sam, Jason C, Steve C, Ashley, and Punkish Dad. The family's getting bigger. Check that out. And Chris, I'll let you intro the album we're talking about.
Yeah, so this is one that I have been waiting for a while. We've talked about this band in the past. We've talked about the adjacent band to this band, which is the Avril Lavigne band. Is that adjacent?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
The Avril Lavigne band is adjacent to this band?
Yes.
Oh, Beat from Marriage?
Yes.
I've just never
adjacent.
I've never thought of them as adjacent or Avril Lavigne a band.
Why would you trample all over that transition? That was a great transition.
I just didn't get it. I needed some explanation. The best transitions are the ones you have to explain. I've heard that.
Is it? Okay. Well, this is adjacent to that in a lot of different ways, but we've talked about Sum 41 on this show before, but I have been lobbying for a long time to talk about this album. And today, with the 2004 look back, it's finally my opportunity, our opportunity to talk about the album. Chuck, Steve, do you have any idea about this album? Have you listened to this before?
I have listened to this many, many times. I was a big Sum 41 fan. I saw them real early on in their career. I saw their drummer light his drumsticks on fire and them do choreographed dance moves as I think they were opening for Blink-182. And I was into Sum 41 from the very beginning. The Half Hour Power was the only thing out. Then it was All Killer, No Filler. And Does This Look Infected? And so by the time this one comes out 20 years ago, yes, I was very invested in Sum 41, and I was eagerly anticipating this as a fan.
And so for somebody that was self-admittedly more on the poppy pop punk side of things, like this wasn't necessarily right up your alley, in my opinion. However, there was a lot about it that was super melodic, mixed in with that harder sound. So I do feel like it may have, like you said, pulled you in. You were a fan of this band, even with that hard sounding shift. And I'm not saying the other Sum 41 wasn't harder sounding. Of course it was, but this one might even be a little bit harder than that. Did that do okay with you?
Yeah, Sum 41 is one of those bands. Obviously I do kind of skew on the poppier side of my punk rock, but Sum 41 was always one of those bands that was able to mix in that harder stuff, that metal-y stuff, and they do both, and they've always done both well. And I think this one maybe is a little harder than, All Killer, No Filler for sure, and, Half Hour Power, but I don't think it's too far from what I expected. Certainly not enough to deter me from enjoying it.
No. And enjoy it we did. I mean, look, I always do this, but I want to talk so much about, I want to talk about it now, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to be hard pressed to find a reason to dislike any of these songs on this album. This might be, you think about the progression for Sum 41 from the first album through this one. I think this might be when they hit their pinnacle, hit their stride. It's that good in my opinion from front to back. And, I think we already kind of talked about why it's that hard sound. It's that metal sound. But man, the melodies on this one, Steve, the melodies throughout this album are just phenomenal. I don't know if there's a song with a bad melody in it.
It was definitely the pinnacle of their, I wouldn't go off and say for sure, all right, this is their best album or anything like that, but I can very definitively say that there is no album after this one that Sum 41 released that was as good as this one, for sure. And I mean, this 3-album run they were on, All Killer, No Filler, Does This Look Infected, Chuck, I mean, that is a fucking fantastic 3 album run. And then after that, to me, some 41, I'm not gonna say like they went downhill. They were less and less of my thing. I was less and less interested as time went on.
And the funny thing is that after this one, like I did not purchase any more albums. Like this was the last one that I purchased for some reason. I don't know why I stopped. Maybe I was just happy enough with this one. Maybe there was a single on the radio I wasn't into, but I'm not sure why.
I think it was a lack of singles. Underclass Hero had pretty much that one single. I'd have to look up what was on that record to see exactly what it was. But I don't think so. I think at this by the time that one came out, 2007, I think the like pop punk on the radio phase had probably like passed. So I don't think that they got a whole lot of real like album play after maybe this one, maybe even this one less than some of the other ones. But I mean, Walking Disaster and Underclass Heroes were the 2 songs that I think I remember off of that record, but not a whole lot more, to be honest.
Did you purchase this one?
Chuck?
Yeah.
I did, and actually, you know how you give me shit all the time when I destroyed all of my album covers, and I made this collage on my wall, and I had this time hop photo of the wall, and it popped up, and this one is one of the easiest ones to see because it's that like yuck green that like not a lot of albums are in that like yuck green, so it stands out like a sore thumb on my collage there, and I was like, oh yeah, obviously I bought that one, yeah.
Cool. I don't remember why I bought this one. I know I bought it. I still have it downstairs in my CD shelf, but I don't know. I don't remember what it was that compelled me to buy this. I was obviously a Sum 41 fan prior to 2004 with a ton of great singles. And I don't know if, I mean, I owned All Killer No Filler. I didn't own Does This Look Infected?
Really?
But I was a fan. No, I didn't own that one. I did own the previous one before that. So I listened to it. Maybe I had a burned copy. I have no idea. But I don't know what it was about Chuck that drew me to it. As a matter of fact, I bet I remember why. I think this was a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. I think somebody bought this for me. And this went into my CD visor in my car and never left. It was, and maybe that's why I'm so connected to it. You know, you get connected, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. You listen to this album, I listen to it again, and there is no way anybody that likes this kind of music is putting this one down. They just can't.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. It must have been a Christmas gift because it came out October. So for somebody to wait all that time till the next year for your birthday, I think you would have maybe got it yourself by that point.
Could be. I mean, look, I don't think I would have told somebody, I'd like for you to buy Chuck for me from Sum 41. Like that's what I told my parents is I'll take this one.
Seems like a brother gift. Maybe your brother.
Potentially. But I was happy about it. So it all worked out. And look, in 2004, as we're kind of going through this exercise, definitely was a lot of other great music that was out there, stuff that was releasing, bands we knew, new bands. So, you know, the fact that this was a part of that, I think it goes back to really just tell you once again how awesome this year was for music.
Absolutely. And this was like, you know, my later years of college. So this was my prime, you know, having fun days and getting into music days and, you know, loading up the old MP3 player and sticking the headphones in while I walk, you know, all the way across campus to my class that I'm not paying attention to. I probably paid more attention to the music than I did to my classes.
Do you have any stats on this one or anything you'd like to kind of add about the album itself?
Sure. So, album came out October 12th in 2004. It was their last album with Dave before he left the band. He ultimately came back. It got to number 2 on the Canadian albums chart, which is important to them because they're Canadian, and it got to number 10 on the US Billboard 200. The name of the album itself, this was actually a Jeopardy question, or one of the songs was. It's named after a UN peacekeeper. His name is Chuck Pelletier, and he helped them evacuate when they were in the Congo when their hotel got under fire. They were filming a documentary in the Congo, and literally gunshots and craziness ensued at their hotel. And this guy Chuck, he helped them get out, and so they named the album after Chuck. It was produced by Greg Norrie, and it sold over 500,000 copies. So it is a certified gold record in the US.
500,000. Was that more than the previous two? Do we know?
I could easily find that.
I would like to know because I know that there were some big hits on the previous two albums, but I just wonder if this even came close to either of those.
So let's see. All Killer No Filler was certified platinum, so that is higher. And Does This Look Infected was certified gold, which would be equal to this, in which case I would have to look at exact album sales, which I probably am not going to do.
Alrighty. Well, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and play the song game. And unfortunately for you, Wingman Steve, you are solo today. So you basically, it's make or break, right? You got to do it yourself.
Uh oh.
You'll find a way. So what we do here in this particular segment that we call Guess the Top 5 Streaming Songs for Sum 41 in Spotify that I'm looking at right now. Steve, you just basically have to take turns with yourself and give me the top 5 top streaming songs that I'm looking at right now.
But it's not. It's all albums.
It is all albums.
It's all albums. Okay. So I think
do you need like a hint, or are you good?
Well, I think Fat Lip is going to be number one.
So no, you don't need a hint.
No, I don't need a hint. I'm just going to go for it.
Well, I'm not asking you to tell me what position they're in. You
okay,
just need
so
to
Fat Lip.
Call out the. Okay, so Fat Lip is actually number 3 on this list.
In Too Deep.
So In Too Deep on this list that I'm looking at is in the 2nd position.
Okay. Still Waiting.
Still Waiting on this list.
Good.
Is number 1 on this list.
Okay. I guess it comes down to I'd say Makes No Difference.
That is your first incorrect answer.
Okay. Is We're All to Blame on there?
That is strike 2. You get one more strike and then you're out.
Oh shit.
Pieces? Pieces is number 5. You have one more. If you would like to ask for a hint, I would be glad to give you one.
Sure, I'll take a hint. Phone a friend.
It is from the album Does This Look Infected?
What did I miss from Does This Look Infected? I don't know. Just give it to me. I don't want to give the dead air while I think.
234 million streams and some change, of course, not even. It's the Hell Song.
Oh, okay.
The Hell Song.
That one is popular.
That's the 5 songs that are on this list that I'm looking at. So a lot of all 2 All Killer No Filler, 2 from Does This Look Infected, and 1 from this album, Chuck.
Okay, well, stay tuned. Wingman Steve's got a game for later.
Oh, we're just full of games here. But anything else, Steve, before we jump into it here?
No, I think we covered a little intro into the album. I'm excited. It's not one that I listen to like a whole lot these days, but it was one where when I started listening, I kind of was like, all right, yeah, remember this one.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree with that. I like I said before, I picked it up and never put it down. So it solidified my fandom of this band. And I'll tell you what, like I told you, I was into this band with All Killer No Filler, but not like the number 1 band at the time. Like when that come out, like it was a nice album to have. I listened to it, but I really liked other stuff. But when this album come out, this catapulted this band much higher up the ranks for me personally. So I had a just a rejuvenated love for this band that kind of, just broke the ceiling. So a lot of great stuff here. But let's talk about why. I think that's what probably we want to get into is why do I feel this way? Why were you into this even though it was a lot of metal sounding songs? The people want to know why, so let's tell them.
It's just good. Let's get into it.
That's it. It's just good.
Let's start with the intro.
Album. Yeah, this is a great guitar-driven instrumental. I mean, it's simply an intro. Definitely one that I don't think I was expecting an intro though. Like I wasn't expecting anything like this, but look, it was some cool guitar work and it was a nice transition into the first song. I'm not sure if there's much more that I could say here. Do you have any other thoughts on this one?
Not too much to say. No, I mean, it just gives you the intro gives you a darker vibe to Sum 41. I think than a lot of those pop punk hits that have preceded it. So you realize that you might be in for something different, and then yeah, it just explodes into no reason. So I'll just keep rolling there. No reason is it's an awesome mix of that harder, more metally sound with some of the same traditional like pop punk verses and choruses. Um, I think when I was listening back, and I don't really get into the lyrics too much with Sum 41, but, I was taking a look at them. And I think just overall, not just with the lyrics, but with the music, you get the sense that these guys like kind of grew up a little bit. Like it's not all just like fun and games anymore. I feel like this album has a lot of deeper concepts, like some more mature lyrics. That final chorus, I don't know what he's saying in the background, but I love when they do those overlapping vocals and it sounds fantastic. I'm always a sucker for those harmonies. So this was a really good whatever first real song.
The song brings the hype for sure. Like you get that hey, hey, you can see the fist pumping like from the crowd. You could just feel it, right? You know that they've opened up shows with this song. They
But you don't
have.
like Haze.
Yeah, but this is different. It's
This
a
is
better
different.
hay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a more high quality hay than I've heard before.
Gotcha. So there's a tier of Haze.
I like
Tiers.
how like even after that, like you get that. Well, right, like you said, right, it smacks you in the face. You get that immediate barrage of chords into that really just kick ass drum beat that it brings, and then it kind of normalizes, but it doesn't normalize to something that's comfortable. It normalizes into a super fast paced, super melodic verse, and then it only hits you with an even bigger chorus. It sounds just so good. Everything about this song just flows. It just smooth like butter. It's easy to sing. I think that's another thing, and we've mentioned that on this show before. Like when you have a song that you can easily sing along to, it sounds good, great guitars, hard sounding, very memorable tune. But it's just a recipe for an amazing song. I mean, even Derek really brings it here with his vocals, some aggressive vocals, but if it just fits, it fits Sum 41, it fits this song, and it's just amazing all the way to the end. So I love this song. I think it's great.
Speaking of Derek, he came out with a book, a memoir. Are you a reader? Do you read books like that?
Yes,
You should check it
I
out.
I didn't read this one though. Why does he talk about this song?
I don't know. The only thing I know about it is that he mentioned like Howard Stern as his influence, and when I was listening to Howard, he mentioned that he got mentioned. So yeah, that's it.
I would wonder what they think about this album. Like, do they really love it? Do they think it's just okay? That's something I would want to know. I
I
mean,
would also like to know that, but I
artists can say that, oh, they're all my favorite. Like we've encountered here on the show, like we've had artists that say that, but I was just curious. Go ahead. You were saying something.
I'm just gonna say I'm not sure. I don't know if the book is all about like Sum 41 in there. I think it's just about his like general journey in life. He's had some crazy ups and downs. So I don't know if it goes into like albums or anything like that. But you can check it out.
Does he talk about Avril?
Maybe I didn't read it. I'm not really a reader.
No,
No, I'm a TV watcher.
you're a listener. You
Yep.
can listen to it on books on tape or something.
I could, but I'm always listening to music for our show when I'm in the car, so I don't have time to do that.
Do they do books on tape still?
Well, they're streaming in apps, podcasts, stuff like that.
I'll tell you what though, like while on No Reason, but then you go to No Reason, or I'm sorry, you get We're All to Blame. Oh man, like you transition from a No Reason to this song that I think is just I mean it's even better. This song's amazing. I think this song is so good. This is a song that I would skip to on this album. And I don't like to skip anything on this album, but I would skip to it and then skip back to it again because I would want to listen to it that many times because I loved it so much. It just like we said, like, I don't want to be repetitive, but amazing melody here. I love like the genius switch ups when you get to the chorus and what I'll explain a little bit more what I mean here. You know, this is one of those fast verse, slow chorus songs, and I think this is done to perfection. I think that there's been some songs that have done this that haven't done it as good because when they slow it down, you really need to have a tune or a melody that knocks it out of the park when you do that to keep the interest of the listener because the listener wants something fast, and then when you take that away, you still have to keep their attention with something that sounds amazing, and this does. And it gets even better as the song goes on. You know, it's they extend that chorus further into the song with even some additional layering and harmonies. It's just fantastic. So this song, the hard stuff is just so great. And you know, you just know when there's a special song. When you listen to something, and I think that's a question, you know, for you, Steve. It's hard to answer. And I don't think you can, but maybe you can. Do you know, like after listening to a song for, 20, 30 seconds, if it's just gonna be one of those songs that's just special? It's just outstanding.
I think sometimes, but not for this song.
Oh man. Okay, go ahead.
That's not to say that I don't think the song is special, but I think the intro to the song with those super like metally chunky guitars and dun 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 dun, dun like it that I think that needs to be combined with the rest of the song to make it the awesome song that it is. So I think if somebody only gave this like 20 seconds, they might get turned off because some of the genius in this song is these tempo changes, right? The chorus, it starts off with those insane guitars and the kind of chant screaming, and then the chorus just takes the tempo down like considerably and puts this like seriousness to this song. It's about he said, Derek said it was about war, death, fear, corporate power, and other concerns. And you can see that. Like, there's some political stuff in here. Stand to salute, say thanks to the man of the year. I would take that's probably against a word to the president. But so many different things in this song. They slow it down to this, we want it all. There's like a hand waving. Like, you want to put your hands up and go left to right to left, the whole crowd doing that during that section. And then after that, they go, there's no sacrifice, right back into that hardcore verse. And then you mentioned that final chorus basically brings all the instrumentals in. It's a great crescendo. So yeah, I think the song is awesome. There's probably a reason why they had it as its first single, but I think you need the entirety, not just the first, little bit to know that it's a really good song.
See, I picked it up right away. And maybe it was a little bit of the chorus too. I could be biased here because I have listened to the entire thing, but I love that harder part too. Like, I just think it's so good. This gives you everything that you want in a song. So, man, did they knock it out of the park with this one? This one gets 26 stars in my opinion.
26 stars.
If you think that that's the top here, we got more of this album to go. So let's go. Let's talk about Angels with Dirty Souls. No, that's a different thing, right?
Angels with, is that a different thing? I've never heard of that.
Is that the Home Alone thing? What's that called?
I don't know. I just watched Home Alone recently too.
Well, you wouldn't know the name of that movie.
But that's the movie in the movie.
It's the movie in the movie. I don't know if they reveal the name of the movie in one or if you have to wait till two to see that.
I don't think we watched two recently.
Okay.
Yeah, Angels with Dirty Faces. To me, like this one's got another like that. It's a very like dark, brooding sound to it in the beginning. Dun, dun, dun. It sounds like, and then it just switches into this like hardcore punk song. It's got a super fast chorus. I think my favorite part of it is the like speak sing kind of verses. He does this. The band does this, they started out on Fat Lip where they're like, I don't know, speak, sing, rap, kind of doing this thing. And I like, Derek is very talented because he's got a weird voice in that he sounds so good, but he's like very raspy and he doesn't get like super high. So it's like, you don't think that voice could like do a few different things, but he's doing a few different things. Overall, like to me, this is a pretty basic Sum 41 track. It's a lot of fun. It's got a couple different elements to it, but after like No reason and we're all to blame. I wouldn't say that this one like stands out as anything special here.
I think it keeps the momentum of it going versus brings it up a notch. I think continues with another good song in a different way. This one does start differently. It's almost like you said, dark and brooding. I agree with that. It almost sounded like the beginning of like maybe, and I'm not comparing this band to Nirvana, but like some Nirvana songs have that
Yeah,
dark
I
and
could hear
brooding
that for
sound to it.
sure.
But man, like I'll tell you what, and it's funny. This is a funny story about this one. I never really gave this song a chance, and I would always skip this song and go to the next one or go to the one before it. And I don't know why. Maybe I was just like I was so into We're All to Blame that I was mad that it was over and didn't want to give this one a chance. So I would just go back again, go back to the beginning of the album or go to the next one because I really like Some Say. But I think when you finally give this song a chance, and I did a long time ago, not just today or this week when we were doing our research for the show, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised because there's a lot of great stuff here. I do think the lead up, the verse and the lead up to the chorus is the best part. I'm not maybe as big of a fan of the actual chorus in
Yeah, I
this one. I
agree.
think it's fine, but the other stuff I think are the best parts of the song. And I think that the other great part is it's really good is when they alternates between the vocals only and the four drum hits. For some reason that just resonates with me. Like that's I love that. I love when bands do that kind of thing. I don't think they all do, but you hear it here. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
It's like a vocal with nothing behind it, then the four drum beats, and then so on and so forth. And then you get into the latter part of the song. So I think that was just amazing to do that. Genius stuff. And it wraps up the song great. Keeps the momentum going. I'm a fan of the song now.
Nice.
Some say that, right? So there you
Some might
go.
say.
Some might say, and you gotta love that backwards effect. This song has that backwards effect in it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it has like that reverse sucking sound. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like I had no idea what you're talking about, but I can kind of hear it in my head. I don't know why.
Other we've talked about that on the show, and I still don't think you know what I'm talking about. But then you have to just listen to the song to hear it because it's on there. It sounds like you're playing something backwards. It might just be a guitar effect, but I like it. I mean, this one's a little bit on the, I guess, in comparison to what we've had so far, it's a little bit on the lighter side, but it's still with that Derek, heavy metal. We'll call it Derek heavier delivery. So you love that contrast between the two things. It's a really simple back and forth, up and down melody. And to me, like it's still hard not to enjoy this song. Like just the melody itself sucks you in. It's an earworm. I think, even though it's a little bit more simplistic, it does the job. I think this is another great track that that's on this album. So what did you think about Some Say?
Some say, when we did our full Sum 41 episode with Mike Elfers, we called it the Hell episode. That was a really long time ago, but I think I created a term, Sum 41 slow jams. And I don't know if this one is, I guess it is categorized as Sum 41 slow jams, but I really love it when they slow things down, and this song does not disappoint. The chorus is so powerful, so much emotion, some awesome harmonies, and I think it's maybe the up and down of the chorus. Think before you don't see through real. If I fall, take it all. He's just going up and down with his vocals. There's after the second chorus, there's a musical breakdown that just really kind of completes the song and makes it like this. It's not like an event like I was talking last week, Jimmy Eat World, but it really kind of brings it all together because it is relatively simple in terms of the song. But Sum 41 slow jams, for the most part, really do their thing to me. I love them. They're fantastic.
They are fantastic. I Everything you said was correct, and I probably shortchanged the chorus. I agree with you too. Like I didn't mention that, but it is such it's a big chorus. It fits perfectly here. It gets you right back, just where you need to be in this song. Like I don't know. They kill it here. Another great one.
They do. And then we get to the bitter end. And I'm curious to hear what you think on this one. But for me, like, yeah, all right, this one's got that a super metal vibe on here. So that's not my favorite type of Sum 41 song, but I do appreciate it in the mix. Like every album kind of has a couple of these. It has one of those like those guitar shreds, like, you know, like you're in a metal band song, whatever. This one doesn't really have like a chorus at all or a structure. They just repeat the word the bitter end a couple of times, who will greet you when you're at the bitter end. It's a pretty kick-ass song. Again, it's not my favorite type of Sum 41 song, but I appreciate these and I don't like skip them when they come on. I still dig them. And when you see them live, they do play a whole bunch of these.
Yeah, this is the
These
song
types.
where this is the song probably has some kind of pit attached to it, right up front.
It's possible. I can't remember. I did
So,
see them not that long ago. It was weird. There was Simple Plan and Sum 41, and I felt like Simple Plan just put on a much better show than Sum 41. It was not what I expected.
you know, it's like I know I can hold my own in a pit. I know I can still hold my own. I know it. I just choose not to. I choose to step away. And you know, it's nerve wracking if you're at a concert and you're trying to watch the show, but somehow a pit breaks out right beside you. You have to continuously watch your back
It always
because
seems to happen.
you know some dude's gonna fly right at you at the wrong angle, and I'm not falling over.
And most of the people in the pit are very large dudes for the most part, trying
Yeah,
to get
look,
out their aggressions.
if I know it's coming, I can brace myself and I'll be fine. I can actually give it right back. But if I don't know it's coming, I'm gonna get buckled to the ground. Like there's nothing else that's gonna happen there.
Most of these shows, though, the people are nice. So if you get knocked down, they'll pick you back up again.
I don't care. I just don't want to get knocked down.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I usually don't go in the pits nowadays because I'm old, but the only exception would be like if it's like the very end of the night and like one of the songs you really like comes on, you're like, oh, I just want to get in there and jump around. I'll go more like jumping around. I don't usually do like real pit style.
No, you don't throw your elbows and knees and do that
I
weird
don't.
dance.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to see the starting line on Saturday. We'll see if some pits break out.
I doubt that the starting line is going to have a pit,
Yeah, there are pits at the starting line, of
like a
course.
circle pit where you just go in a circle.
It's not super violent, but
Yeah,
people bump into each other.
this one would be super violent. When this song comes on, this is a violent pit. But man, do they shred on this one? You're right. Like this is definitely a harder sounding song. I love it. I'm in my glory here. This is the good stuff, in my opinion. I love the way that this intro just is it's just like an instrumental intro all the way through. I don't know, maybe 30, 40 seconds. I could be off, but it sounded that much. And it doesn't seem like that was such a long time because I thoroughly enjoyed what they did here with that intro. You do have some, you do have some shredding, some fluttering of that sound, which is great. I love that always. Look, I'm a kid of the late 80s, early 90s. Tons of that going on then. Obviously, I'm not going to be a stranger to it now when you work it into this style of music as well. And Sum 41 must have been huge metal fans. I think we've already identified that they were, but man, they fit it in here great. I'll tell you what, a couple things that I noted here. So great guitar work, already established that. Love the fact that they did a little bit of a solo towards like maybe the front middle of the song, but then they followed that up with after maybe the next verse or something like that, a much longer solo. It was extended with a lot more stuff that they did on that one. So I enjoyed that second one a little bit more because it was again longer, a little more stuff going on there. I think it was around 150 ish, I'll say. But I think that's the basic thing here. If you don't like guitar shredding and a harder sound, you're not going to get into this one. If you enjoy that type of activity, then this is a song for you. So it's a song for me.
Awesome.
And do they just kind of go right back to the hits here with "Open Your Eyes"?
Yeah,
And
more of the pop punk with Open Your Eyes.
yeah, this one gets 27 stars in my opinion. Can you imagine that? 27 stars in a little sun moon.
What are you writing these stars on?
My paper.
You're gonna run out of space.
I mean, you just have to be efficient with your spacing.
I suppose.
Let's talk about how awesome this chorus is. Like this chorus is superb. I don't know what words I could use, what adverbs, what it's not an adverb, but whatever I can use to describe to you how awesome this is. I don't think there might be a word for it.
It's an adjective.
Excellent. Yeah, I was thinking adjective. I said adverb. So what are you gonna do, right? You're gonna get on my back about that? Probably you should.
We can
This is a
just
good
move on. It's
opportunity
okay.
to do that. But how about that chorus, Steve? It's got to be the highlight here. It's amazing. And the next line that I wrote, I can't read my writing, so I can't
Uh-oh.
speak to it. But uh, I can't read any of my writing on this one. I can't tell you anything about this song because I can't read my writing. If
Oh
you
no.
if you saw what I wrote here, you would not be able to read this. It looks like it's in another language.
You should clean up your penmanship.
I don't know why I did this to myself. Maybe I had some kind of weird distraction that caused me to write in. It looks like it could be hieroglyphics because that's probably is. Maybe while you're talking,
Wingdings.
I'll figure it out. So you do yours, and I might come back to mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the highlight is the chorus. I agree with you. I really love this chorus. It's I want to say maybe one of the best on the record. But second to that, in the verses, I love that he's just shredding the hi-hat. It's like like in the background, the hi-hat is just getting destroyed while these fast-paced verses are being sung out. And then the second time they go into a verse, they add in these like background lyrics, and I love that. And so, yeah, man, I mean, at number 7 to have a song that, yeah, I don't know, could be a single. I don't know. I think they're doing a great job.
I don't know how this wasn't a single. Like this is everything that you would want to listen to on the radio, on a CD player, on Spotify. Like, man, like, you want to get hyped up for anything before. I don't care if you're in a car ride, you have somewhere to go that you really need to have some kind of focus or just want to feel good. Like I put this song on. I don't know exactly what it is he's talking about. It's probably some politically driven message, but I don't care. Like this music, this is the music that I like to listen to right here. If you want to know more about Chris 183, listen to this song and it will tell you. And I can read my writing now. So basically, I commented on the solo around 2 minutes. I thought that was something that was just outstanding. So really wanted to comment on that. And then the other one was going back to the beginning of the song and talking about the 1, 2 of the lyrics, and then it's responded to in the next line of the lyrical deliveries. So I thought that was a great addition to the song too. So the question answer I'm always a sucker for. This song has the perfect tempo, and it even had some just amazing layered vocals that were mixed in here. Wow. They keep knocking it out of the park here. I don't know what to say.
I'm glad you deciphered your writing.
Yeah, it just took me a second because it's looked like it said the the
Did you need like a
COVID.
mirror to read it backwards or something?
If you would read this, like it looks like it says the COVID Cree, 2 of the starty verse, and then a lyrical on top.
That makes a
And
lot of sense.
that's not what I said,
I don't think so.
but I'm better than that. I can figure it out. I'm a code breaker.
your
can break the code.
your handwriting is slipping away. That's for sure.
And people probably think that's some kind of bit, but it's not. I'm serious. I can't read it.
I believe you.
So we don't do bits on the show. People think we do bits.
No bits, no shtick, none of that.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious when I talk about these songs. I'm serious when I talk about Newfound Glory, by the way.
Oh, well, we're not talking about them today.
Well, you know who you are.
If you wanted
Go
to bring
ahead.
that over here.
I do. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, slipping away. I had a nice transition in there and it got lost in the shuffle. But lyrically, this one is super simple. But I think this one's just more about the feel and the emotion. It kind of harkens me to there's a Third Eye Blind song called Slow Motion. and it doesn't sound like this, but I don't know. It gives me some hints of it. Overall, it's very Sum 41y with so few lyrics. They got strings in here, which is something that I don't think I hear too often, and all of that. But I don't mind this here as a little bit of a palate cleanser in between some, power pop hits.
It is like a sorbet of sorts.
Yeah, I
Right?
think is this 2 weeks in a row we're talking about this, or we talked about it at some point recently?
I feel like it was just last week.
Yeah, I think so. We recorded that like a month ago, so I don't remember it.
Do you know that Juvenile also sang a song by the name of Slow Motion? Do you remember that one?
If you sang it, maybe I'd know it.
I don't think I could sing it here. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. You know that one. Uh,
Yes, it's coming back.
you get it in your head?
It's quickly in and out, but I did.
I like it like that. She's something like that. Like that's a song. Okay. You're impressed that I knew that.
Very good, very good.
I think you said it all. Like there's not much to this one, but it is a full song. I was thinking like, is this just some kind of interlude? But then I go back and I look at the song. It's like a 2-minute song. So no, it's not an interlude.
Yeah, it's like two and
I
a half,
guess
I think.
it couldn't be. It could be a palate cleanser, which it is, but it definitely isn't just an interlude. This is the whole song. I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't. Is there violins in this one, by the way? Towards the end, are you
Yeah,
hearing
there's
like
some
a
sort of
violin?
strings. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. A little bit of a mixing it up there, but not one of like my faves, but it's fine. It brings me to the next song.
You're not the one.
I'm not the one. Aren't there a lot of songs that say I'm not the one?
Probably, yeah. I'm
You know,
not the
I
only one.
I have like a lot of stars in this one too, and I went crazy. I had a bunch of stars. I had to give them out, but this one had about like 17 or 18 stars. And I think really all I had to say about this one is, it's just another anthemic caliber tune. And you have the more aggressive Derek here, but I mean, I really don't know. I don't have much else to say on. Well, I don't have anything else written. This was one of the ones that confused me on what to say, and I'll tell you why. And I want to kick this back out to everybody out there in listener land. Like, you have an album that you obviously really like you like. I've liked almost every song on this, but you get to the point where the songs just start to. It's hard to comment because you like them, but maybe I just can't figure out why on this one, other than the stuff we've talked about so far. Like, there was nothing specific I could call out here, other than it's just another. They're just cranking out the bangers on this song. I'm going to say it because it's
Uh
true.
oh.
They are cranking them out on this one, and this is another one of those of those on this album. So hopefully you can add a little bit more color where I couldn't find the words.
I think I got some words. I got some color. This
Go for
seems
it.
this song seems like a song that like a fighter or like a wrestler would have as like their entrance music. It kind of starts off just that hi hat and just gets into this like awesome like high guitar notes on the intro. The verses have this awesome cadence to it, and the chorus is just infectious. I feel like what was the other one we were talking about? Open Your Eyes. The chorus in this one is also really high caliber. It's only like 4 lines, but it's really good. It's got chanting. It's got some. It's got at least the one standout line. I love when he says, "How did it come to this miserable bliss?" And that I don't know. That line just always kind of stuck with me. And then there's that bit of it like headbang guitar section with that screamy bridge. Just take the best of me. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy. I can't really hit it right now. I think this song like basically has it all. So maybe that was a little more color.
Yeah, I mean, you said what I couldn't in this one, but I agree. I disagree with none of it. I think you hit it spot on.
Could,
Amazing song.
Chris
Amazing
183. If
song.
you're a wrestler, this could be your intro, your entrance music.
I could see that.
Look into that.
I could see coming out to this song.
All right. Well, after that, we get Welcome to Hell. Usually, like when you have a song that's like Welcome, that's usually at the beginning of the record, but here it's at number 10. I'll be kind of quick with this one. Um, for me, like I usually can't pay attention to the words or the verses at all. It's just the chorus. Like when I think about the song, I just think about the chorus. And for me, it's kind of a mid Sum 41 song. It's not bad, but it's not great. Did you think any different?
No, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It had some decent riffs in this one. It's all kind of samey though.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the chorus better than the rest, I guess, just because it's a little bit different. But it's another great melody though. Like, it's another great. You know what this sounds like to me? Like this sounds like, oh, I mean, you were talking about maybe like an Offspring's Smash album, like that
Yeah, this
theme
could fit there.
ish. I like that a lot. So I mean, maybe that's why I'm drawn to it, but it has that hectic, loud, guitar driven sound that just is that punk like Smash type of feel. So I'm gonna go with that. But other than that, no, nothing else really to say here on this one.
All right. You got anything else? Anything more on Pieces? All the
Oh,
pieces of me.
this song.
This
It's just
song.
dude, like first of all, I know I have a good feeling. I don't know anything. When I say I know about what you're gonna say, I feel like I'm always wrong, so I'm not gonna assume anything. But another just 1920 star song here. The guitar, the melody, the singing, Derek's delivery. It's a ballad with teeth to it. It's just these great transitions. And then you have that reprise at the end of the chorus, the layered vocals, with the layer underneath being him being, a lot more aggressive underneath the regular singing. Man, is that good. There is so many good things. If you don't enjoy this song out there, if you sit there and you look me in the eye and you tell me that you do not like this song, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do to help you if you don't like this, because this song is amazing. Another great one, and it's not even like this metal thrash song. It's a ballad, and they knock it out of the park again.
It's a Sum 41 slow jam. And Sum 41 slow jams are awesome. And this song is just like, I don't know, it's just beautiful. There's so much emotion to it. I don't know like if the melodies or the guitars do anything that's like, oh, that crazy that I would point out, but it's just such a solid song. And it's real simple. Verse, chorus, repeat the first verse, chorus. Like that's the whole song. But it's just so good. They add the harmonies in at that final verse. I try to be perfect. Everything that's in the background. And, just him talking about believing what's in his soul. And then that last line, I'm better off on my own. I don't know. It just makes you like feel some feels, whatever it is. He's going through something. You're going through something. This song is awesome. This was the second single off the record, and for a good reason. Like they know how to do this type of song really well. But you can't have the whole album be these. So when they have two or three per album, they stand out so much. And I
Sure.
love that they stick it here at 11. It's like, you've had this high energy metal, pop punk, and then there's like just these two slow jams that are just sprinkled in throughout, and you don't know when they're going to hit if you're listening to it and not paying attention. And then when they hit, they're just, you want to just like sway back and forth and just be part of it. It's fucking great.
And we haven't slowed down one bit in terms of our accolades for this album. Yeah, there's been a couple that we've said that were kind of good or middle of the road, but through and through, we're already going to be talking about track 12, and it feels like it's been just hit after hit after hit after hit, and it does not stop with "There's No Solution." Steve, this song sounds like 2004 to me. Like this song puts you right back in that time frame. This has remnants of song of bands like definitely sounds like Linkin Park, right?
Oh,
A
that's what I
little bit.
wrote. I was hoping you weren't going to say it. That's what I
But
was
it
going to say.
does. It does. It sounds just like that. If you steal my stuff all the time, I can steal your stuff sometimes.
Well, I can't
sometimes.
read what you write, so
I can't read what you read either.
I've
But
I have spectacular penmanship.
it's true. It's true. It does. It sounds like that, and that's not a slap to the song at all. Like, sure, I'm not the biggest Linkin Park fan, but um, I don't know. This one hits. It hits so good, and it's like a build to that chorus when he goes, "There's no solution." It just kicks in, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Like in another one of these songs that builds to this amazing chorus, and you get this feeling that it's hard to reproduce. Of course, you reproduce it on all these other songs we've been gushing about, but this one, this one is no different. And it's a very simple. It's simple. It's not even that crazy. It's not that intricate. I think it's a simple riff. It's just there's that riff that sits in the background, but it's still prevalent at the right times, and you hear it come in and out. So I love that. And then, this one again, no lulls in this entire song. This is a fast paced adventure from front to back that you do not want to slow down for, because you don't want to miss a second of this. So there's no solution to me. Another great song.
Yep. That guitar riff is very Linkin Park, and it's just another banger. This was one of the ones that I didn't have all that much to say about, other than the Linkin Park thing, and I really like it. The one thing that stood out on like the re-listen is the bridge to the song is really good. I can't remember exactly what it sounds like, but I wrote down bridge really good. So there's one little extra tidbit from Wingman Steve.
I love when we say things like that, and because I do it a lot. I say this is really good, or it's amazing, or it's awesome. We use these words, and hopefully, you guys out there. Here's what I want you to do. Like when we do that, and maybe you're some kind of like musical genius, like, and you don't necessarily know what we're talking about because you want something a little bit more intricate. Like some of our guests may bring to the show, where they say, "Well, at this point in time in the song, there's some kind of like a double time upbeat with the crescendo, alto, something or other." Like none of that stuff I know what I'm talking about, but there have been people on here that know what they're talking about with that. But I
What's
want
an
you to listen.
alto?
I don't know, but I just want you to, when we say things like that, like seriously, in this scenario, go listen to this song. Go listen to this song, and you'll know what we're talking about. You will not be disappointed, even if you know this album and you just listened to it yesterday. Listen to it again, please, because we're gonna move into another banger. I've never said banger so much. Steve, what did you think about 88? That's my opinion. What's yours?
Let me see here. Oh my god. So the song starts very strong instrumentally, and then just kind of it totally halts as that first verse comes in. It picks back up with the chorus, and then I think this one I would put this as like a Sum 41 kind of classic jam. Um, really good. The only thing maybe I do is cut the last minute. The last minute is a little weird and different. Maybe not super necessary. I'm losing control thing. But this is so technically I think this was the last song on the album. I think the other song, if I don't know if we're talking about it, Newts was like a bonus track, but killer way to end the album if that's the final one.
Yep. And but one thing about 88, oh, we didn't move on from this yet. So yeah, I don't disagree with you on that final minute or so. Even though like I think it's kind of cool, right? Because he keeps saying, he's losing control. And this sound like goes into this weird UFO sound type of effect. And it's kind of like he's trying to emote to you through music that he is losing control of sorts. Like that's the way the music makes me feel, is that it's just like a metaphor for losing control in the form of music. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't think that it necessarily goes with the rest of the song though. So it is what it is, but everything that's part of the actual song here of 88 is yes, classic Sum 41. You said it right, but it has some great metal components to it again here. What a way to wrap up this album if it were the last one. You're right. Like, that's just from front to back, just
It's
amazing,
all killer,
and
no filler.
doesn't slow down. This one truly is all killer, no filler. And then I did listen to Newt's. I don't know. I didn't write down any notes on this one. I thought it was fine. I didn't
I
hate it.
I think Newt's. I feel like Newt's could be a single. Like it's that good, and it's one of those that has those core. No apologies. Like I never knew what the song was called because who the hell I don't know. But yeah, I thought that one was really good. That it should be part of the official album. I can't remember back in the day if it was like. Did it just go to another track and it wasn't listed, or was there like a pause for a little bit and then go to it, or was it only on certain copies of the album? I don't have the answer to that, but
I'll have to go down and look at my album. See.
I feel like this one deserves to be part of it, and I would be cool if this was the final track too. I thought it was awesome.
It's yeah, no. I don't want to take that away from you. I guess maybe I don't have the connection to this one because I don't remember it. For some reason, I don't remember this song at all. So maybe it wasn't on the album.
I don't know. I remember hearing it. I don't remember the name. I don't remember like specifically like listening to it at a particular time, but hearing it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I know this song.
I'll tell you what, we did it. We got through the entire track list.
We did it, and you know what that means?
That means, and I know you too well now, it's time for a game.
Yes, it is time for a game. I thought you were going to go into ranking it, and then I was going to interrupt you, and you do the thing that we do. But yes, it's the game. It's called Sum 41 is on their last tour like ever right now. How many songs off of Chuck did they play at their last concert, which was only in November 23rd in France? They played 23 songs, then 2 encores with 5 songs total.
Okay.
So there's some hints.
So you didn't give me, so you're not giving me any direction other than just pick the songs off this album that they played.
I was curious if you could pick how many songs did they play off the record and then pick which ones.
Okay.
I'll give you an over under.
They didn't play 13 songs off this album, which I wish they would. Hey,
well, considering they have 4, 5, 6, 7, they have like 8 albums, including a double album that just came out and an EP, and they played 28 songs. You can do some quick math.
4
more.
Really?
Yes.
5.
No, it's 6. They played 6 songs from Chuck. They actually played more songs from Chuck than any other album. Setlist FM has this awesome little circle thing where it tells you there were 6 songs from Chuck, 5 from this double album they just put out, 4 from Does This Look Infected, 4 from Underclass Hero, and 3 from All Killer No Filler.
That's great. That's great.
And then some other ones.
All right, so now you want me to choose which ones they were?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say definitely Pieces.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to say definitely No Reason.
Yep.
So we have 4 more, right?
Yep.
Look, I'm going to go with my gut here and go with We're All to Blame.
Of course, that's a staple. Now the rest, I don't know. You got to figure out. You got the easy ones.
Well, open your eyes.
Nope, that's strike 1.
I'm Not the One.
Nope, that's strike 2. One more strike and you're out.
These are ones that I wish they would have played, of course. All right, I'm looking back at my notes to see if I missed anything. And that's strange. Okay. My third page of notes were actually work notes that didn't belong here.
Oh, we don't need to hear about that.
No, you don't.
3 more songs that were played during this set. One of them closed the entire show.
Did I already say We're All to Blame?
You did.
Okay. Let's go with Some Say.
That's correct. 2 more.
2 more. 88.
Nope, that's 3 strikes. You're out. So they actually played Newts, and they closed the show with Welcome to Hell.
I would have never chose those 2. So I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad for you either. I don't think I would have chosen them.
Newts, I mean, again, I don't remember Newt's on the album at all. Like I maybe it was a hidden track and I just have no recollection. Maybe I was too impatient to listen to it. I don't know, but it didn't ring a bell for me.
All right. Well, thanks for
Yeah,
playing.
so yeah, we get smart on the show. We play into I remember things, Steve. I know when you do your thing. So we are now a professional, well-oiled machine when it comes to games transitioning into something else. It's a
But
special time.
maybe we'll have to, mix it up when we play these another time.
And again, this is not a bit. I'm actually proud of this. I'm actually happy right now.
Very good.
So, all right, listen. So we've done all of the talking. We've done all of the guessing, but we're now at the very serious part of the show. This is the most serious part of the show where you and I have to sit down, pour a cup of whatever your favorite beverage is, whether it's a tea or some kind of espresso or maybe like a milk. I don't know what you drink. Drink any of
Me
it?
or
Yeah.
others?
You like a nice glass of milk? Is that what you drink?
No, I'm drinking tea right now.
Did you ever have strawberry milk?
I've had the Nesquik strawberry milk.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's like all added sugar though.
So you can pick whatever drink you want, sit down, think, close your eyes, and rank it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This segment of the show is called Ranking It. And if you've never listened to High School Never Ends before, you are in for a treat because this is the segment where Steve and I rank our top three favorite songs in order. Steve, I don't have to give you specific instructions because you have been a part of the show now for many, many years.
I have.
So I feel like you know the drill by now. But again, for those of you out there that need to know, we're ranking in order off the album Chuck, our top three favorite songs in order 3, 2, 1. I said it 1,000 times, but I'm making it clear. So, Steve, you're not a guest. We go back and forth. Why don't you do your thing? Give us your top three.
Yeah, this was actually pretty tough because I feel like there are 6 or 7 songs that could easily be in my top 3 here. But one thing I made sure to do was think before I made up my mind. I'll pause for applause.
Yay.
Thank you. Okay. So I'll go with number 3, Sum 41 Slow Jam, single, Some Say. I love that song. Number 2, a little bit outside the box. I think I'm Not the One is one that I don't know. I always just thought of it as, a song on this album, and doing some re-listens just really stood out. And I'm like, this song kicks ass. It deserves to be there. And, you know, again, a whole bunch that are left off, but Chris has been very strict with his no honorable mentions recently. I don't know what happened, but yeah, you got very strict with that. So I'm just going to keep it at number 1 here. It's the other Sum 41 Slow Jam, Pieces. Pieces is the my favorite track off this album.
Yeah. So honorable mention is Pieces for me. So that's my honorable
Whoa.
mention.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I haven't done it in a while. I have a mulligan, so there you go. There you go. I'm just kidding. That was a bit. I don't have an honorable mention, but I do like Pieces. It did not make the top 3, unfortunately, but it is an amazing song. That just goes to show how great of an album this is. Oh, Steve, where do we start? Where do we start? This is a really tough one for me. I'm gonna say "Open Your Eyes" is number 3. That was just such a great song. Such a great song in a lot of different ways. Gives you all the feels. Oh, this is painful. I'm Not the One is number 2.
Oh, same.
And number 1, it's gotta be We're All to Blame. I always gravitate back towards that track. I've listened to that track a billion times, and it's gotta be the one.
Awesome. Well, we've determined that this album is all killer no filler. And do we want to like compare this to other albums? Like, do you want to sum 41 everything up? What do you think?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'll make it easy because again, I didn't listen to anything past this album too much. I may have dabbled here and there, but I think this one is, even though it wasn't part of the pop punk explosion in the late '90s, early 2000s, I think this is the best one of the three by far. It may have not gotten the critical, um, I guess, love or the mainstream appeal that the other ones did, especially All Killer No Filler. But I just think from front to back, it has the best songs, it has the best music, and for that, I'm gonna put it at the top.
Yeah, I would probably just take all killer no filler does look infected and Chuck and throw them into a cube or something like that, into a hat, roll them all around, and anyone you pick out could be like their best album. I feel like all three of them are so solid. I'm trying to think back when we actually ranked our albums the last time. I think I might have went with Does This Look Infected as one, but any one of those three could easily just be, if there's a CD, a three CD changer and you're feeling some 41, no matter which one comes on, I think I'm pretty happy.
Do you think that? Do you? No, here's a question that I'm going to pose to you. I know this is off the beaten path, but I think it's worth talking about. Do you think Sum 41 gets enough credit for how good they actually were? Like, do you feel like they're ranked appropriately in the amidst all of the other pop punk bands or punk bands at the time?
Yeah, I feel like they get a lot of credit. I've heard people that we've spoken to on the show that they refer to them as like one of the big three in pop punk. Like up there with like Blink 182 and Green Day, or those bands, because I think that they were, they were part of that point where it broke out and pop punk was on the radio. That was like Fat Lip era, Into Deep. Like these songs, I feel like they do get the credit. Now, after these three albums, did they fall off a bit and they change their style a little bit? Sure. But I think that they're looked at as, kind of pop punk pioneers, if you will. I think they helped, catapult the genre into some sort of mainstream popularity. So I think they get the credit.
But do you think that? So would you put them on the same level? Okay, let's play. This isn't a game, but this is more just like, would you put them above or below? So let's think about it. Blink 182.
Well, is this like what are the parameters of this above or below? Is it just are they better than them? Are they more popular? What are we answering?
Let's just go with, are they better or worse?
Oh, well, that's subjective, but worse. Yeah, Blink 182 is better.
Okay, so they're below Blink 182. Newfound Glory.
I think they're on par. I'd probably put them same, if not below. A Newfound Glory has a little more longevity, but less popularity mainstream.
Okay, what about a band like the Starting Line?
Below.
They're below the Starting Line.
Yeah,
So they're below Blink 182, below the Starting Line, but
in
the
my head, yeah.
same as Newfound Glory.
I could go below Newfound Glory.
How about Taking Back Sunday?
Um, Man, I think I like Taking Back Sunday better. Below. Some 41's like a good, like, I don't know, like a top 10, top 15 type band for me, but they're not going to be up in these like major spots. That's who you're hitting at.
Trying to think of one that would be kind of. How about Brand New?
Below.
These are all bands above.
These bands are below, are above. Yeah. They're all better than Some 41.
Green Day.
Yeah, they're
Because
Some
remember,
41
this
is
is
below Green Day.
subjective, so you could go either way. I mean, even the Green Day is like a megastar band versus a band like this. They definitely don't have the popularity Green Day does, of course. But
Oh no,
still,
but
we're not talking about popularity.
I think Green Day is better. Yeah.
All right, so I don't know. I can't crack your top bands there. So
Some 41's not like a top band of mine. I appreciate these three albums, but those other bands I just happen to like better. I don't know. It is what it is.
this album cracks my top 5 right here.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, maybe not the band, but the album does. So I brought
Glad you
that up
picked it.
because I brought this up because I think this is a great discussion for all of you guys out there listening to the show. What do you think? Which bands are higher or lower than Sum 41 when you kind of rank them against some of the bands at the same time? So love to hear from you. Check out our Discord. That's probably the best place to talk to us directly. But hey, post on the socials. This isn't our outro, by the way. This is just me talking. Post on the socials. Let us know what you think about that, because I'd love to know.
Now it's time for the outro.
It is, yeah. So, Steve, why don't you? Well, actually, I'll do the outro this time, because you get the awesome catchphrase at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode as our 2004 look back at the album Chuck by the album Sum 41 has concluded. Man, I can't wait for the next episode here. Steve, this has been a ton of fun so far, and I really look forward to what's next. And if you are a Patreon member, you might already know that, right, Steve?
They know what's coming up, but not the order.
Oh, got it. Well, anyway, they have some inside information. If you'd like to have that inside information too, all you got to do is check out our Patreon. It's super simple. I don't have a step-by-step instructions for you right now, but I'm sure Steve does. You can ask him.
Yep, patreon.com/HSNEpod. You can sign up there. Our patrons get access to bonus episodes as well as advanced insight into what we're covering for the following month. Of course, give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and a review wherever you're listening. Get some merch for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything New Year's. www.hsnepod.com is where all that stuff lives. We are going to be back next week with another 2004 look back. Until then, keep on rocking your dad bods, throw up your rock hands, and blast the pop punk.
Internet! I'm Coy Jandro, a Bostonian who loves pop culture, comic books, and people. And I host Coycast. It's a podcast about all those things. If it fits in on a con floor, we talk about it on Coycast. Myself and producer Jake do previews, reviews, deep dives, and tinfoil hat theories about everything from movies, TV, and the comic books themselves. I also like to dish out comic recommendations from my 100-plus pull list a week so you know what's best to buy. So join us, True Believer, on Coycast.com or wherever you're listening to this podcast right now.
Dragon Wagon.